Alright, I do believe we are ready to rock and roll. Music is playing. Stream is up. All the numbers are coming back green, so that does mean it is time for liftoff. What's going on, everybody? My name is the Black Link, and we're back once again. Bit of a live stream playing some D2 on PC. Second time this week. We've done it. We've actually made a habit of it. See? Told you I was getting back into the swing of things. Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing today? Hope everybody's doing alright. Not going to be doing anything too intensive today. Probably just going to be, well, as you can see in the title, I'm going to finish up my farm to get the Salvager Salvo. I'm pretty much almost done with this quest. Been taking it very, very slowly. I mean, I got the matches done like week 1, but the points, I have been taking it very slowly. I'm by no means trying to grind things out with this, but I hear it's a pretty good grenade launcher. I've seen a lot of people talking it up. And I figure grenade launchers are a pretty big part of my my current build. My current, all explosives build. So I might as well go ahead and get my hands on it. It's really chain reaction that I'm super excited for. The combination of chain reaction and demolitionist is just mwah. That's a beautiful combo. And now that I know it works with Dragonfly for some reason, that's just silly. But pretty much in all the ways, it's a direct upgrade to my little truth teller here, which I love dearly. I very much love my truth teller. Got my feeding frenzy, demolitionist. This thing has carried me for a few seasons now, but this will be the last season that I can use it because of that darn sun setting. So I'm glad we've got a decent replacement in the pursuit weapon for this season. Also, been enjoying the Dead Man's Tale. I need to run that mission again in order to get a random rolled version of it, but there's some pretty interesting combinations you can get with this thing. Let's see. It works with chromatic fire, so that's neat. I saw that on the perk pool of this thing is subsistence, which is a perk that I usually don't go for on other guns, but I would definitely go for on this thing. Great way there are great ways to mitigate the reloading animation for it, so that you can just keep your ×5 buff, which is basically like having a nearly free version of Rampage that you can just keep up all the time as long as you're landing precision hits. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I like it. Yo, Cat, good to see you. Good morning. Weakest, what's up, brother? Hey, Nick, long time no see. Hope you're doing well, man. Gray Fox, Shiloh, good morning, girl. Sliverwind, good to see you, man. Brom, wait, it's your birthday tomorrow, Brom? Well, right on, brother. Happy birthday, man. Let's see. Still need to complete some bounties for Zavala. We're going to be farming Nightfalls to get our Salvo finished. Figure that's the easiest way to do it. Plus, I'll also be able to farm for more palindromes. Easy money. Yo, Nim, good morning, man. Literal carry. That could only be Rock. That could only be you, brother. How you doing, man? I love the name. It is appropriate. How have you been? Let's see this thing. That's not the prettiest ship. So of 90 bad omens, field prep kill clip. It's not bad, but there are better rockets now. New channel, new focus. I mean, is your new focus to literally carry people you're playing with? Because that seems like the old focus. Thanks so much for the Prime sub, by the way, brother. Yo, Aries, good to see you, man. How's it been? But fully carry? I get it. I feel you. Let's see. Challenging combatants, easy money. Bow, easy money. Grenade launcher, easy money. Super easy money. What else we got? Pulse rifle, garbage. Solar striker, I guess that works. Grenade striker, easy money. Cabal striker, and we got a Cabal strike. Fallen striker. We do not have a fallen strike for the Nightfall this week. That sucks a little. Yo, Gray Fox, hitting us up with a tier 1 sub. Brother, you have been subbed for 30 months, and you are on a 30-month streak. I don't even know what to say to that. This man owns his own franchise of the Frosty Stream Team burgers. This man's profits are always up. Thanks so much for the sub. Welcome back, brother. Alright, let's see. Need to invest in more stonks in Bacon Burger Inc.? Listen, there aren't enough bacon burgers in the world. And that bums me out. The world deserves a better class of burger. And there are a few places that can actually provide it. I used to have one. I used to have a primo burger place. And then they died. Yo, Jonathan, what's up, brother? Porknado mood? I mean, if I ever had the Porknado. I'd love to try it out. You've certainly talked it up. Then again, you also talked up that, you know what, I forgot to swap off of this thing. You've also talked up that, what was it? Shoot. It was your weird little donut burger. I've never had a donut on a burger. I've seen that at multiple places, especially here in the South. Like, ah! Damn. Both these dudes just decided to focus your boy. That's alright, it's me an opportunity to swap back over to Ice Boy. I need bow kills. That'll do it. Basically a Luther. It's fine cuisine. I feel it. Yeah, what are you up to today, Jonathan? No, I'm not asking you to play Destiny. I'm asking you if you want to chat. You know I'd never make you play Destiny. Just acknowledge it. Can confirm Sepix is in the rotation and has some dialogue changes. Vanguard strikes. I mean, Sepix was the Nightfall last week, so I don't know why it wouldn't be. Bye, Thresher. Hey. Alright, hold up. I'll jump in Discord in just a sec. Come on. And there's the beauty of Trinity Goal. You don't have to actually hit what you're shooting at. And bloop, there we go. Oh, you know what, Jonathan? There are several things I want to talk to you about. This is good. This is good. Finally got a new gaming laptop? Right on, Nick. I hope you've been able to enjoy it.
I'm assuming that one of the things that you want to talk about was how terrible your Papa John's pizza was last night.
It actually wasn't bad. It wasn't. Okay, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. I didn't get the dreaded cardboard, the dreaded cardboard crust. So I was pleased with that. And as for the taste of the rest of the pizza, it just tasted like a Domino's Alfredo pizza.
Okay.
So I could have just got a Domino's Alfredo pizza. And
you could have, but you have a better crust, but you saved $10.
Hey, hey man, it was $10. $10 is $10.
So what did your tongue say? Did your tongue look at that pizza and said, "Yeah, sure," or "Ugh"?
It looked at it and said, "This isn't a handmade pan."
True. The buttery, flaky crust just wasn't there.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst thing I've ever had. It wasn't the worst. It certainly wasn't as bad as I remember Papa John's being.
Good.
So I was happy about that. Yeah, let me bump that down. Yeah, Aries, that's my fault actually. I have Jonathan turned up to like 200% on Discord because he went through a weird period where his microphone was super quiet. So I just rebalanced it. Don't worry, we fixed it. We fixed it live.
I apologize.
We Bill O'Reilly'd it. I gave my life for that. I hope you appreciate it, Mr. Over There, while you're dealing damage with your 24% less powerful sword. Yo, Nick, what kind of laptop did you get? I hope it's something with an AMD card.
Better be, or else you're lagging behind.
That's right. So, you still engaging in the scheme?
Yep. And now I'm having to do the dreaded thing.
Making money yourself?
No, buying shards.
Oh. Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. The one thing that I refuse to do is go and farm shards.
Oh. I mean, why not? They're easy.
Because time, money.
That's true.
Time is money.
So, question. You're selling this for your profit now, right?
Yes.
Good.
Me and Zen are going halvesies on it.
Okay, good.
And we have done, it's 450k apart. It's all just Shark, Unkyu, and I think it's just all Shark and Unkyu parts. So they're not terrible, just Peacock or Hardened Sap and Coke are used. Those are the main ticket items that we just need a lot of.
Just heading into Party Finder like, hey, what y'all want?
No, basically, they had a Party Finder up for this specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And it was weird because Zen caught it earlier in the day when they put it up. I think it was either Monday or Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yo, this person wants 59 subparts. What? I was like, what's their price? And then before he could get a quote, they closed their PF. And then later that night had a different PF up, different wording, everything. I was like, Zen, is this it? He's like, yeah. So we went and we talked it out and was like, yeah, if you give us 450 instead of 400, because that was their asking price, was 400k per part. It's like, if you give us 50k so we can do shards, because buying shards kind of
It's
kind of gonna happen. Yeah. So
good. Make money. Do your thing.
so far I've made about 3.5 mil after I've paid Shax and Zen and everyone else that went in on the free company project.
Good.
Because they need theirs for sure.
We don't have to talk too much about it, but
It is what it is. That's all I'm gonna say.
there's a reason I didn't say anything or do anything for that.
You are wise beyond your years.
I mean, I'm an old man. It's not beyond. Damn, Goliath tank.
You just get
I just
finesse.
I got shitted on. He was like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be talking about that." I don't know. Maybe it's what I deserve. But good. I'm glad you guys are working it out and making your money your way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's been going on. I'm up like 50. Maybe I should temper what I'm saying here.
I mean, no one really watches your stream outside of Duke and me, so I think you're good to divulge your financials in final.
I'll say this. I'm up 15 mil this week.
What the hell are you doing? Let me in on the secrets, my
There
man.
are. I already told you one.
Yeah, I know the Levs.
That's
Yeah, I
one,
know.
and that's not the only lev, by the way. That's actually the least profitable one.
Which one is the most profitable one?
Dwarven Mithril Files.
Those are profitable.
27,000 gil per completion.
Eh?
It takes 2 items. 2 items to craft.
Eh?
27,000. If you've got 100 levs, that's a couple million. Absolutely. That's not the only thing, though. What's really been popping off for me, at least over the last week, is Grand Company turn-ins. People have been buying those like crazy.
Like Coke, Peacock, or those kind of things?
That kind of stuff. Winglets. Just, I guess, people trying to power level their blacksmith and whatnot by getting all that stuff in. So that has been popping off. And also, I got about 400,000 or 500,000 yesterday, from what we call the donation class, the silly people selling things on the market board for far less than what an NPC will buy it for.
Oh, you flipped it. You literally just flip it to an NPC and profit.
There's quite a few like that. One right now that I'd say look into is parasols. Checkered parasols drop from Boja in huge amounts. They sell for 1,000 gil. People sell them on the market board for like 50 to 100. So go buy this every day. Go buy this every day. There's a new stack of like 20 of them. So get on it.
But I gotta go to Post.
There are ways to make gil. Plus, like all of my other airship parts sold, so that was like a good 6 or 7 million.
Okay, that's like the bulk of the profits. I was wondering. I was like, this sounds good, but what's like the bulk of the profits coming from?
So that was a flash sale. It's just people who's just started an FC trying to get stuff leveled up.
Yeah.
But it's not the reliable sale. The reliable sale has been Levs, and a lot of it has been the Grand Company turn-in stuff. People buy that every day.
Yeah. It's kind of what I figured.
There are a lot of ways to make money in that game.
I know. I just got to buckle down and actually do it, because right now my allegory mats are not selling. My pre-crafts are just not moving. I update the prices.
We've reached the point in the season where people aren't going for allegory anymore. People don't really need it, and it'll be a rough sell, at least until some new stuff drops.
Yeah.
Yo, apparently we got raided. Welcome, raiders. My name is the Black Link. Might have heard me on Planet Destiny. I do a lot of the videos there, the PD podcast. Today, we're just doing a little bit of light grinding to finish up our Salvager Salvo. Get that new Pursuit grenade launcher. Yo, Rez, good to see you, man. I hear it's a little nutty. That makes me happy, because my entire build is, like, explosive focused. Where's the boom? Where's the earth-shattering kaboom? Like, what actually happened there? Where did my shell go? Did he eat it?
Possibly.
I don't know if that's allowed. I don't know if that's in a Cabal diet.
Yeah, possibly.
That's a little strange. Kind of afraid. Is he gonna eat the next one too? Yo, Comatose, what's up, man? Butters, what's good? How's it going? Going pretty well. Not a bad day. Not a bad start to the day. Damn, that was rude. Fine, sure, whatever. You get to touch the chest first. It's all yours. Go for it. Man, pushing me out the way. Oh, you know what? I need to wrangle some people together and run the 1300 version of this. Get my 100K for the week. Yo, Cordell, good to see you, man. But anyway, there's a ton of different ways to make gil in 14. I'm glad you and Zen, who were doing most of the heavy lifting, figured out exactly. And Shax too. Figured out how y'all were going to get that done. Rez, thanks so much for the sub, dude. You've been subbed for 35 months. I hope you found 35 months worth of value here. Enjoy the emotes, brother. A Ryzen 7. Right on, Nick. Good stuff, man. I'm glad you got a new laptop. I know you had been searching for one for a while. Ryzen laptops do slay. Those things are fantastic.
Is that a 4000 or a 5000 series CPU?
It's the 4800, I want to say.
Still a solid choice. Really good.
Real solid choice. Hey, Butters, how was the stream? How bad is it if I'm 1275 for that 1300 Nightfall? Don't do it. Don't do it, Gray Fox. Just run the 1270. Believe me, you're gonna have. There's no reason for you to run the 1300. Like, if you're trying to farm Palindrome, just run the 1270. You're going to complete it way faster, and eventually you'll get a Palindrome. I mean, shoot, I got a Palindrome the first time I ran the 1270. Just don't do it to yourself. It's going to be really frustrating. Good, thanks. Lots of Gambit, though. Oof. Ah. Oof. That's not a good feel. That's not a good feel at all. Now I feel sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to do that to yourself. I don't know what it is. I'm still not the biggest fan of Gambit. I like that it plays faster. I like some of the changes they've made. But it's still not my game mode.
Truth.
Oh, he forced you to invade Comatose? My god, it sounds like the way we used to treat you, Jonathan, and Nim. Alright, portal's up. Get to work. Go kill everything.
You just contract apes to go do your bidding.
I hired this ape. He has a shotgun. Or if you're Nim, a scout rifle.
Yeah, if you're Nim, a scout rifle and a linear fusion. Me,
oh my goodness.
I get a ball up in that.
The days of Queensbreaker. It's not that anymore. Granted, linear fusions still have silly aim assist. But, oh boy. But it was the only way. Now it's Xenophage, which, I don't even know if you have. I mean, I don't know what seasonal exotics you have and don't have, Jonathan. You don't play this game enough.
Nope. Because they don't give me a reason to play.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Granted, Season of the Chosen's been pretty good thus far. I like a lot of the changes they've made. Some good quality of life stuff here.
I just am way too busy.
I mean, when you've got the best MMO in, like, history, it's understandable.
Yeah.
I've been on my 14 grind, too. Why is there an enemy behind me? Like, huh? What are you talking about, game? I don't like being lied to. And good God, 14 is the best MMO in history. I say this as a classic WoW guy. I'll never forget the early days of Burning Crusade, because holy moly was that a lot of fun. But sheesh. I have spent years on 14 now. Significant time on that game. It's so much better. Yo, 10 star. What's up, dude? Busted out Truth, though. Truth is great. I think a lot of people just go for Xenophage because it's easy cheesy now, but Truth is like the superior option, in my opinion. It's got a massive blast radius, bonus damage now because of the update, and like you can just fire it from safety and wait. Chances are it's gonna hit. Tomahawk says, I've been playing a little bit of the free version of 14. Oh my goodness. I hope you're enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. Just got a Tarantula with box breathing and moving target. I wish they hadn't nerfed the hell out of box breathing. Remember when that was the go-to perk for snipers?
Yep. On the Aikilo snipers.
Yep.
Here.
And now it's basically trash.
Sag.
Isn't that the story of Destiny, though? Hey, this thing is kind of good. Oh, never mind. Into the ground. And I'm telling you.
It's nerf or nothing.
It's nerf or nothing. And I'm telling y'all, all y'all Titans out there, I'm telling you, you're next.
All right, Pinhead.
All right. All right now, Pinhead. Now you get yours. And you don't even understand how appropriate that is, Jonathan. Titan's got a new armor set this season. And the ornament for it is literally Pinhead Larry.
Yeah. I hear they can one-shot Riven now.
You can. Not only Riven, you can one-shot Gambit bosses. You can one-shot basically all the strike bosses. You can deal half of what's his name? Tanix? Raid boss? You can deal half of his health in a single super.
Sheesh, really?
Yeah, the new Titan exotic is absolutely nutty, and it mixes with one of the the new seasonal mods, which gives you massive amounts of arc damage if you cast your super while your health is in the red, which, you know, it's always in the red in some of these classes. And so it just allows you to just destroy absolutely everything. And I'm telling y'all, you know it's gonna happen. You can't even... Y'all know. I'm a mainly Warlock guy. We're the redheaded stepchildren of Destiny. And you know it's gonna happen. Bungie's gonna be like, in a... Maybe, hopefully not in this week's swab, but in an upcoming one, they're gonna be like, alright. So this is dealing more damage than we intended, because I guess we don't test these things. And it's going to be a sad day for all. Eyes of Tomorrow's like 3 truths? Yeah, but that gun doesn't exist. I don't know why we're talking about theoretical weapons, because I've never seen one. I certainly don't have it. I don't know why. I don't know why we're talking about it here. I don't know if you guys watch Danfinity, but we've got a scientific theory working that there's a mass hallucination event. You know, like the whole Berenstain Bears thing. Everyone seems to think that there's a weapon called Eyes of Tomorrow. There isn't really. It doesn't exist. It's not real.
That's how they get you, huh?
It's not a real gun. Oh boy. Oh boy. Y'all picked an inopportune time to die.
Inopportune, he says.
I mean, not that there's an opportune time to die, but this was the worst time to die. For real though, I'd love to get Eyes of Tomorrow. I can't wait for Bungie to fix some of the damage problems with it. They finally, they talked a bit about that, I think, in last week's TWAB. They mentioned that it is indeed underperforming right now. So hopefully they can get some of those damage issues worked out.
Eyes of Tomorrow's underperforming?
Yes. It,
okay.
It got a huge nerf with this season. Something like 30 to 50%. They bodied it, like, apparently by accident.
Yes, accident. Bungie accidents. Happy. Very, very happy. Awesome.
I mean, there was already some weird stuff going on with Eyes. It deals less damage. At least before this season, it dealt less damage to bosses than it did to, like, majors and ultras.
Yeah.
And everybody thought that was on purpose, that Bungie was just doing it that way so that, you know, you couldn't just Gjallarhorn away every, like, raid boss in the game. But when this update came out, they changed the way some of that worked, but also, like, just nerfed Eyes' damage against everything else. So here's hoping they get it fixed.
Somehow doubt, but I'm hoping.
We'll find out. I don't think that rocket did enough damage. I'm a little mad about it. Oh, you know what I had the urge to go play the other day?
What's that?
Division 2 got its new season.
Yeah.
I think it went live a week or two ago. And there's some salt about it, man.
Did they body a bunch of stuff?
They bodied a character in the most burger way possible.
What do you mean?
So I guess they're winding down the story. And so, like, they finally had their manhunt for Fei Lao, and apparently it's very, very underwhelming.
As it tends to be.
As it tends to be.
Even Keener's was kind of, like, underwhelming, I would say. It
was a little weenie. It was a tiny little Vienna sausage. I was looking forward to it. I thought the fight itself was well done, but then, you know, it just ends and he dies, and he's like, alright, that's it. Bye. Excellent use of super.
Excellent use.
Beautiful. This man just ate another rocket. I don't like this. I don't like firing duds out of my rocket launcher.
Literally eating bro.
But I'm gonna hop on Division probably when I get back in from work tonight. See what new stuff they've got. time to grind a season pass all the way back to 100. Get some new stuff. Make some new builds. Did someone say Isa tomorrow? This is an opportune time to mention that I have 5. I don't believe you. I think you're lying. I don't think you have 5 because that gun doesn't even exist. It's not a real gun. No.
Oh.
By the way, Rock got a name change.
Oh yeah, I saw. Yeah.
This man is now called literally Carry. I love it. That's fantastic.
Accurate.
Yeah, I told him. His name now represents like what he does.
Yeah. I'm surprised people pay for raid clears, but
I mean, look at Final Fantasy XIV.
If the homie is profiting, I have no issue.
Yo, I hope he's making money doing that.
I hope so. That man needs to get his.
Get that cash. And also force everybody to do every raid your way.
Yeah, boy.
That's how that money works. Nick says, not sure why, but my laptop was playing Silly Buggers last weekend. That doesn't sound like a game I'd want my laptop to play. The earphone jacks weren't detecting and the shutdown wasn't showing in the main menu. Uh-oh. So I ended up resetting my laptop and it solved the problem. That sounds like a weird Windows issue.
Yeah. When in doubt, blame Windows.
One of these days I'll get my hands on Eyes of Tomorrow. But it is not this day. Woo. Why'd y'all invite this man over here? Excuse me, sir. Oh, you know what? I'm probably done with that bounty.
Yeah. Also, you want to know a good little tidbit? So...
Share your tits.
Whoa, okay. Whoa.
Show Bob's and Vagine.
Okay. So you know how Peacock ore sells for like a ludicrous amount?
Yes, sir.
And you need 9 to craft a single rose gold ingot?
Mm-hmm.
So...
Right.
You can buy rose gold ingots for cheaper than what it would cost in terms of peacock ore. It would cost you roughly about 6k in peacock ore to craft 1 ingot. But the market for ingots right now, I just went through the DC and normalized the floor to about 1400. There were rose gold ingots selling for like 500 gil.
Sheesh.
So I just went and yoinked like a 200 or so.
That's what you do.
Paid about maybe 250k and just yoinked everything.
Sometimes you've got to reset the market.
It was either that. It was either that or go run unsyncs for 2 hours.
I mean, you know you've got a blue mage right here.
I know, but
to blow everything up.
But at the same time, no. I don't want to go do unsyncs for 2 hours.
I mean,
miss me.
You know, if you really need a lot of that stuff, you can just ask me. I run unsync dungeons for fun. Like, when I'm done with my daily stuff, I go farm unsync dungeons as blue just because it's fun. I will happily do that and give you the proceeds.
But you...
Give me a reason. Give me an excuse to go run.
Okay, fine. I'll take them, but the amount that we need is crazy.
Excellent. Good. Just tell me what dungeon to run, what match you need. Easy money. Yo, Chrono, good to see you, man. Are you playing on PC? We are. How's the grinding going? Well, let's take a look. See what our progress is. 59,900. Not 59,000. 5,993 out of 7,500. Oh, nobody grabbed the fuel cell? So used to underlings doing that.
Yep. And is that an iron done for the day?
I actually have 5. I believe you, DM. I'm just saying, like, it's not a real gun because I don't have it. Maybe someday I'll get it.
As for what you should run, Sean, just run whatever you're comfortable with. Doesn't matter to me.
Oh, so is this just a Grand Company seal thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll make use of my 90,000 Grand Company seals.
If you want the list, I'll send it to you, but it's a lot.
I mean, toss it over. I'll do what I can in my off time. I mean, I pretty much, I think I'm the only one in the FC who is at the rank of captain and can actually hold 90,000 FC seals.
I'm at 80k. I don't think I have it yet. I think I have to do some extra quest or something.
You have to do squadrons. And that's why nobody else is there, because it is a good 30, 40 hour investment to get your squadrons leveled up.
Yeah, I'm at like level 50. I just haven't gotten the unlock to get sergeant or whatever captain.
Yeah, you gotta go and you gotta level up your squadron to 50 and run a certain amount of dungeons with them. It's like 10 or so. It takes a long time.
Mm-hmm.
TBL, can you imagine building up to a major plot twist and then killing off that character in like 5 seconds? I'm so mad about it, Chrono. Like, I'm a Division 1 guy. I was there from the beginning of Division 1. I love Division 1. Probably one of my favorite games of the last 10 years. I love Division 2. I think they made a lot of mistakes, but they made a lot of great decisions overall as well. And Division is a game where I don't have a problem farming content, even after I'm max level. It's something that I think Bungie and Destiny still kind of struggle to succeed in, getting people interested in the long haul and just farming their content, even after you've gotten to the max power level. Right now it's 1300 or 1310 if you want to get all the pinnacle stuff. I generally get to max level and just stop playing. Not in Division. Division, I get to max level and I start farming to create builds, to get different rolls of exotics. I love the franchise, and I love the story. I was disappointed a little bit with the plot in Division 2, but I was happy to see them bringing back characters from the first game, since none of the major story points from that game were ever really capped off. So I was happy to see Fei Lao come back. I saw, spoilers for anybody who hasn't really played through any of the new stuff in Division 2. I saw the whole she's going to be a Black Tusk plant thing coming. I also saw that the whole she's really undercover in the Black Tusk. I saw all that coming, but the ending is so stupid. She's undercover, but she has to fight and kill you anyway. What? And dies in 2 seconds? It was bad. It was bad and maybe a little bit disrespectful to your audience. There are some conspiracy theories out there that she's not dead. Hopefully those wind up being true, because that was not a glorious death. Yo, working from home, man? It's a great feeling, isn't it? I like it. I still have a day, or rather a night job, but I generally start my days early in the morning, getting up and doing work or some work from home before I live stream, and it's glorious. You don't have to wear pants. You don't have to wear anything. As a matter of fact, I might not be wearing anything right now. Hit up my OnlyFans at onlyfans.com/big black voice.
Tasteful.
Oh, that's right. Only the most tasteful of OnlyFans content. I only yesterday, or maybe it was the day before yesterday, I saw some kind of news report about this, about some dude who makes a ton of money on OnlyFans. And I was at first shocked that there was any man making money on OnlyFans. But apparently there's this model dude who these girls be simping for him, and it's great. I was like, finally, equality. Good for you, brother. Good for you.
Dang. Great Fox just blessed us, Sean.
Did he?
He did. He did the thing again.
He broke my eyes.
Also, I sent you the list in the podcast channel.
I will hit it up when I'm done with this.
It's a lot, dude. I'm not going to force you to do it. I don't want you to do it. But if you got the time.
I was solo crafting airships. It'll be fine. I had to get those mats for the airships some way. It's the same thing. Ricardo Milos. Does Ricardo have an OnlyFans?
Let's go.
That would be incredible. I hope it's nothing but sexy dancing.
Just as long as the tax man gets theirs, or they won't come running.
Pay your taxes. Pay your taxes on, I don't know, I think he's in, like, Colombia, right? Isn't he, like, Colombian or something? I don't know what the Colombian government demands of its citizens, but pay your taxes. You making that stream money, that OnlyFans money, pay your taxes. You don't want to get that fresh audit. You know what? the BBV? That's right. That's right. I got it. I got you. Enjoy the free heavy ammo. Oh, dude, Jonathan. Guess which exotic is now considered a top tier for several activities. It's armor. It was worthless beforehand.
I caught wind of the Aeon stuff getting buffed. Is that one of them?
Brother. The Aeon cult gear is top tier now. Completely top tier. There's a perk on it. They revamped the way the Aeon cult stuff works. And one of the perks basically guarantees heavy and special ammo when you use finishers on majors and ultras. And so when you're playing a game mode like Gambit, where like 80% of the enemies you're fighting are majors and ultras, it's just infinite heavy ammo. It's fantastic.
So you no longer have to use mod slots on armor to guarantee heavy and special. You can use those slots for other things while also having basically Ruin Wings on finishers with no drawbacks.
Ruin Wings! I completely forgot about the Ruin Wings. Holy moly, you're right. Yeah, 100%. It's that. You no longer have to use mods that eat your super, by the way. Let's not forget that. Those mods eat your super.
Yep.
It's just a normal part of these gauntlets. And here's the thing. That's only one of the selectable perks you can put on the Aeon Cult gear.
There's more?
The way Aeon Cult gear works now is they have their own series of 3 mods that do different things. One of the mods gives you a huge boost to like your ability and grenade and melee energy. One mod gives you a boost to like your health and your healing when you're like rezzing people. And then the other mod gives you the special and heavy ammo whenever you finish a major or ultra. And you choose which mod you want.
You've got builds for warlocks with Devourer builds, basically, from the sound of the ability. You've got a Trials loadout for over shields and health, and then you've got ammo for when you're just doing raids and general PvE content and some
Exactly.
Gambit. So it's a very versatile piece. That sounds pretty nice.
All 3 classes work the same. So rather than them all doing something different and weird, that's how all 3 classes can pick from any of those mods to work with. I think it's probably one of the most creative exotic revamps they've done in a while. It does a lot of work. Makes Gambit super duper easy. Makes raids a lot of fun. I hadn't even made the connection with Ruin Wings there. Like, good God, do y'all remember Ruin Wings? The sometimes on, sometimes off exotic? Like, 50% of the time, Ruin Wings wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't do anything for you. But that other 50% of the time, Purple Rain.
It's either that or the Wrath Gauntlets.
Yeah, what was that, the Raid Gauntlets?
From Wrath, yeah.
Gosh, I missed that.
But they would only work on Fallen, but it was still good.
I don't know why that rocket went all the way over there. I guess I let go of the trigger too early. Get him! Go up and get him! Sad.
Well, done with some subs for the day. Clean 900k.
I'm surprised people are constantly buying those things.
Yeah.
Good. Good. 'Cause nobody wants to do the work that you're doing.
No, nobody does. Although, oh, something sold. Nice. So I spent about 500K today, and I made back 900. So came out ahead.
It's a good trade.
Yeah, we'll take it. Stupid shards.
Gross. Imagine actually having to do the mechanics for this fight.
Which one?
Arms dealer.
Ugh.
We were unsuccessful in the burn. In my defense, he dodged my my Deathbringer. Which, by the way, Deathbringer, top tier exotic now.
Oh, really? Good.
It Rocket's got like a 30% damage buff. I gave my life. Kill him. And Deathbringer is one of the rockets that benefits the most from that.
Mm-hmm.
So long as you're detonating the orbs a decent distance above your target, it just schmeats on everything. But also kind of puts rockets in a weird spot. Because, let's go ahead and pop superhero. A lot of the legendary rocket launchers are now completely out-damaging the exotics. I think the only ones that kind of live up to legendaries right now are Two-Tailed Fox. That's pretty good. And Deathbringer. And Eyes of Tomorrow when that gets fixed. A lot of the rest fall underneath the damage of legendary rockets with stuff like Frenzy and whatnot, which Frenzy is a new perk that basically gives you a free damage boost just for being in combat. Like, there's no other requirement. If enemies are shooting at you, you have a damage boost. It's great. Yo, Weakest, you want in on this? Right on, man. Tomahawk says either didn't work or worked too well. Yeah, Ruin Wings was such a weird exotic. Look at this man. 9'6" blonde or bombshell vampire. Is that Fallout? I think it is. Man, looking clean too. Look at this man. He got the antennas on his head. I dig it. Oh, dude. Yeah, that's something we need to talk about. So Nintendo had a Direct yesterday. Or did they? 'Cause, ooh boy. Okay, so let's chat a little bit about the Nintendo Direct. Nick called it the Nintendo Direct. You would be correct.
Mario Golf won. You can't change my mind.
Mario Golf did win. And when I saw that, you are the first person I thought of.
Yes.
Like, I immediately thought of you, like, my boy, he's gonna love this. He loved them old Camelot games.
Yes, the Camelot games were dope. Are they still a thing?
I think they still exist. I hope they're working on the new Mario Golf.
Let me see who's making it.
Because they definitely ain't making Golden Sun. Incredible Sag.
Did you see Waluigi's fedora during that trailer?
I did.
My man was flexing.
This man is finessing on the style of everybody there. The only person who came close was Wario in his like little Western hat. But,
yeah.
But man, Waluigi was like, all right, fine. Y'all don't want to let me in Smash? That's okay. Style's still on fleek anyway.
Wario looking like Greg Norman.
Oh my goodness. This man actually huge. I gave my life to
it is Camelot that's making it. Let's go.
It's Camelot?
Yeah,
excellent. Fantastic. Since Nintendo doesn't let them work on the games they want to work on, at least they're back to making one of their best series.
Yeah. It's like the last one they worked on was Tennis Aces.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff. Mario Golf is definitely a title I'll pick up. I'll jam out on that. Let's see. People were excited about the Smash reveal. Big titty sword waifus for one and all. I don't care. I don't know how you feel about it, Jonathan. I didn't really care.
It's just another anime swordsman.
Swords woman.
Woman, man.
Swords women. big titty swords women.
At that point, I just shrug and like, all right, on to the next one. I don't play the game anymore because one, my controller is basically bunked.
Dang.
Yeah. My platinum GameCube controller, it started the thumbstick after what? I want to say 11 years.
It's been a while.
11 years, the thumbstick rubber finally started to peel off. So at that point, I set it to the side, picked up my white GameCube controller that I ordered from PlayAsia white. Ordered from PlayAsia years ago. This is where it gets sad. I loaned it to a friend.
Oh no, not again.
I loaned it to a friend, and when I got it back, it was in a household that
oh, not again.
That was not exactly we'll say the cleanest.
Ew.
It was in a smoking household. So when I got it back,
man, smoked all over your GameCube controller?
Stank like hell.
Ugh.
The plastic on it is completely stained.
Ugh.
So is the cord. I could totally take it apart and put it in like a bath and get all that, but I can't do that with the cord. I think I got most of the stain off the shell, but what the real killer is that the dead zone on it
is jacked up.
Is jacked up.
So he greasy handed it and oh no.
And it probably went into the. I mean, it could just be that the GC just. It could have been that the dead zone was like that all along, and I never really used it because I never really did use it. I used my platinum for most of my time playing Smash throughout the years, so I never really got down to brass tacks and started using this one. So I'm not totally blaming him, but at the same time, it was just.
I mean, it wasn't like that when you gave it to him.
I don't think it was, although then again, the buffer system in Ultimate is just so garbage that it's more noticeable. I feel like if I played another game with it, it wouldn't be so bad. Like if I played Melee with it, maybe the dash back would be terrible, but UCF exists, so I wouldn't totally be out of the controller at that point.
But I mean, hey, precision matters when you're playing Smash.
Exactly.
It matters when you're playing.
Getting back to the reveal, I don't really care because I'm done with the game. I think at this point, I don't even have the second fighter pass, so it does not matter to me.
I think the only other DLC character I purchased was Sephiroth.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. And that was more for the memes than anything else. I wanted to see if I could beat him first, or beat him early before he released, and like it took one try. It's as easy as fuck. So I'm happy about it. I mean, I'm happy for Xenoblade fans. I like Xenoblade. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was a good game. I think I don't play Smash anymore, so it doesn't really matter to me. But I'm always happy to see big mouths and titties. Always. It's always welcome in my book. Damn, these boys are just like not about that point life. Which I guess makes sense, because why would you be? Of course, the elephant in the room is the Skyward Sword. The Skyward Sword reveal. $60 for your slightly upscaled Wii release.
From 480p to 720, you got it.
Yeah, please look forward to it. I think I'll just go play Dolphin. That'll be free on my PC.
Yep.
Let me go grab
Especially when they're making you pay $60 for a game that they originally released for $50.
It was a $50 game. Like it was little upgrade thing for the $60 price tag, right?
It was the Wii Motion Plus that came with it. Yep.
Very weird, Nintendo. Not surprising, but very weird. Because they do this with all their games.
Yeah.
I'll buy it, never played it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't the worst Zelda game. Its motion controls were a large part of the problem with it.
Yeah.
But beyond that... Yeah, beyond that, it wasn't the worst Zelda game.
I think it all depended upon your sensor bar setup. If you had it like either above or below your TV.
Like It did get clearly frustrating a few times for me when I did my playthrough of it.
I feel like when I played it on TVs that were not eye level, like if they were wall mounted above me, I struggled. But if the TV was on eye level, I was fine.
Yeah. Most of the game was perfectly fine.
Yeah, it was a great game.
Good game.
The dungeons where it's had linear, but other than that, because I remember playing through Skyward Sword probably like 5 or 6 times when I first got it.
Really?
I played through normal and hero mode.
Hero mode, yeah.
Like 3 times or so. I don't know why. I just wanted to play Zelda because it had been what 5-6 years
since like Twilight Princess. Yeah. It had been a while.
So I went hard and I burnt myself out, and then I never went back and played it because I don't want to do those tier challenges again, or whatever the hell they're called.
And like,
especially the mountain one. The mountain one sucked.
That was not a that wasn't the best experience. And I'm trying to think of all the Skyward Sword dungeons. Of all of them, I liked quite a few. The one that had Kaloctos as the boss battle was great. That was a great boss fight. Weakest. That gun doesn't exist. I don't know what it is you're showing me on my screen. I'm sorry, man. I can't see you. It's the weirdest thing. It's like you just disappeared from my screen. That's weakest. Where are you? I can't reach you. But the Kaloctos boss battle was a lot of fun. I like that one. But that was tied to the mining dungeon, right? Where like you had to do the whole back in time thing in the Lanayru desert.
Yeah, that one's
didn't like that place.
The Lanayru desert one was awful, but it also the Death Mountain one was bad.
Death Mountain one wasn't great either. I remember
because I remember it clearly. There was one tier that was on the slope, and you had to slide down to get them.
Yeah,
and you couldn't go back up without having to go all the way back around.
Very sad. Very sad.
Oh, also, Sean, we just got confirmation that that Ishikawa is going to be writing Endwalker.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So she's back.
No surprise there. Killed it with Shadowbringers, so excellent.
Killed it from Dark Knight's story to Shadowbringers, now to Endwalker. Let's go. It's gonna be another banger.
Good. That that doesn't really surprise me. With all the praise that Shadowbringers that story got. Good.
She's gonna write Stormblood right.
that's right.
Not to say that Stormblood wasn't written good or well. It just there's a lot of sequence breaks. There's a lot of stop and go.
Pacing. So yeah, I'm excited to play. I'm excited to play Skyward Sword again. I've only completed it twice, just the normal and the hero mode once. And that was like 10 years ago when it came out. So I'm very excited to try it again. Hey, we got past the damage check. Alright, come on. Hop back down. No, he just landed up there and died. Excellent. I dig that. Would you stream it? I would. I would stream. Well, maybe.
Maybe.
I'd stream it on Twitch, not on YouTube. Because, good lord, Nintendo would body me.
Oh, so Sean.
Yes, sir.
Last night, me, Zen, and Heather, we ran Palace.
Palace of the Dead?
Yeah.
Was somebody trying to get to floor 100?
We got to floor 178.
Dang, I wish I was there for that.
And Heather got Night Pegasus.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she pulled it. We each had 7 gold trims, and she pulled it from one of her first 7.
Of course.
And
of course she did.
We would have probably made it to at least 180, but we had a padding ad that started doing it. Because once you get to 170, the ads become a problem.
There's no more grabbing the entire floor.
It is
one at a time.
Two at a time max. So I grabbed a Coeurl and a Anzu. And the Anzus, they dive bomb and give you wind burn. But there was this other deep deep palace bird that was pathing, and none of us saw it, and it came right up behind us and wiped.
Bloop.
And
yeah,
we did.
When you get towards floor 200, enemies just become bosses.
Yeah.
And some of them just have instant wipe. It's the same way in Heaven on High. When you get near floor 100, I think starting at floor 70 and beyond, they floor, I think, as I recall, it's floor 70 to 80 that's the hardest. They start spawning Gorilla Mans, and Gorilla Mans will just start chest beating from a room away, and it can wipe you.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even have to be targeting you. They can just start chest beating for no reason.
That, or they do their banana buff, and they just get absolutely jacked, and you have to wait for the buff to run out.
There is no fighting them.
Yeah.
Dunstan has checked in, and you about to catch it. You're the lady in the bathtub, and Dunstan is here. Yo, Cajun, I saw you mention that there's going to be a 35th anniversary direct. Has that been confirmed? Because I want it to be true. I want Nintendo to treat Zelda right. I mean, Mario got a 35th anniversary direct, and we got like 3 Mario games. One of which I still need to buy. I still need to buy 3D World. Because that's got online play, right? Wasn't that like one of the selling points that 3D World would be online capable? Because I still think the homies should all play that together. I will steal every power-up that you touch and give them to Nathan. Reparations! Pay up! Hand over that mushroom!
But we're both white.
Well, you and Nate? Yeah, but Nate lives in New Jersey. So, like, he's greasy white. He's, Italian.
Oh. Alright, I see how it is.
Nathan Tortellini?
Nathan Tortellini?
Reject humanity, return to monkey? That's right. Watch out for him. But yeah, I hope there's a 35th anniversary for Zelda. It's my favorite game franchise. And like, can we get an Ocarina of Time HD remaster on Switch, please? I'll even stomach it if you take the Grezzo nonsense and like just change a few things about it. Shoot, what? Because the Mario 35th anniversary came with what? It had the Super Mario 64 re-release, Sunshine, and what was it? Galaxy?
You need to make an asterisk there.
The scuffed Super Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy. While ignoring Galaxy 2, because... So what would we see in a Zelda if they were to do the same thing with Zelda? What would it be?
Probably. Well, then again,
they've already remastered Wind Waker and Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
So like, it would just be Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and I guess they've already announced Skyward Sword.
I don't think they can do it with Zelda.
Just
because they've already re-released it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They've already made HD versions, which they haven't done for Sunshine or Galaxy until now. Quote-unquote upscales, more so than HDs.
Yeah, it's not really an HD remaster so much as it's an upscale for a lot of these things. Although the Wind Waker HD was a high-definition remaster. It's probably the most work they've put into one of their remakes. And
they put it on a console where... nobody wanted to buy it.
Sad, mad. Come on, Nintendo. You're already in the middle of it. Just port all of those things to Switch. All of them. All Wii U games. Give me Xenoblade Chronicles X. Give me Wonderful 101. All of them. Bring it all to Switch. Yo, Kronos says, give Oracle remakes. That would be nice. I thought we were going to be getting those since, you know, they redid Link's Awakening and all that.
Maybe re-released with the third game that they canceled.
Yeah, which was basically all three put together, or the two games together, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were supposed to be with link cables. It was supposed to, you would be able to transfer your game progress or some parts of your save over to the third title. It was going to basically be like Pokemon Yellow.
Yeah.
For the Oracle games.
The conjoined experience.
And then it got shelved, and there's still some remnants of the third game in the other two. Like
yeah,
little
you can
links.
meet Furore.
Yeah.
she's still there.
Yeah, so maybe if they ever remastered them, they'll include the third game, or just wrap it all up in one. Be like, you can play this storyline, or this one, or if you play these two, you can link into the final one.
That'd be
kind of like SA2B, where if you do the hero and the dark story, and then you meet in the middle,
you get the final little couple of missions. I hope so. The Oracle games were good. I enjoyed them. They were good little titles.
Underappreciated too.
Yeah. And the whole trading back and forth between games with passwords and all that kind of stuff, that was creative. That was a creative way for Nintendo to do that. Get my big Goron sword. Yeet on everything. I'm still looking forward to World Ends with you two. Me too. Even if Nomura will have his hands all over and inside of it.
I'm sorry.
It's gonna happen.
He's gonna retcon 10 things about the old game, and everyone's just gonna be mad at him.
Yep.
Calling it. It's all he knows how to do.
Nick says, Ocarina, Majora, Wind Waker, and Twilight in one package. They'll never do that.
Nah.
Because they have to sell Twilight and Wind Waker as their own $60 package. They have to do that. That's how Nintendo operates.
Mm-hmm. It's like, we give all these games for 60?
No. You can have the two N64 games for $60. And then you can purchase Wind Waker and Twilight Princess separately for $60.
Mm-hmm.
That's how Nintendo works.
AKA the Disney of video games.
They really are. Like, I love Nintendo, but good lord, they really are. They are definitely the Disney of gaming. Tui is to Nomura as Boktai is to Kojima. Dang, man. This dude brought up Boktai, the sun is in your hand. What a weird little game title. Weird little game in general. A lot of fun, though. Really creative. It still blows my mind that they were able to make a video game cartridge that could detect sunlight. Good game. It's a shame we never got like a remake or remaster of that.
You know why?
Well, Kojima. Did you like it? A little sun gun. Blowing up vampire chicks. Glorious. Having to go into your coffin to regen. That was a good game. Your weird brother who used, like, moon stuff.
Oh, also, do we need to talk about Travis?
What about him?
Just that we're getting an actual No More Heroes 3, and it's going to be based.
It's, absolutely based.
It's going to be based, because you know Suda doesn't give a heck.
I made a mistake. Well, bye everybody. I jumped too far, so I'll just sit down here and wait for you guys to finish the boss. Yeah, I love the E3 trailer we got for that, because it was so all over the place. We had no idea it was No More Heroes until the very end. Like Travis just drops out of nowhere. That's good stuff. Yeah, I am looking forward to that title. Although I will probably be pissed if they recast Quentin Flynn. If Henry makes his appearance in this and they recast him, I will not be happy with that.
Why, did they fire him previously?
Attempted Me Too. He took it to court and won.
Ah.
But you know, once that
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, he got the Vic Mignogna. The Vic Mignogna special.
He was doing the Vic Mignogna, or he received the Vic Mignogna?
He had accusations against him. And so he wound up suing, I think, the person who was saying all of that, and he recently won in court, but I doubt if they've gotten rid of him. I don't know if they actually have, but if they gotten rid of him, then probably not going to be back. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's another exotic sparrow. Let's take a trip to the tower.
Usually companies have knee-jerk reactions to that sort of thing rather than let the process play out because of bad publicity. Quote unquote bad publicity that is just alleged until the court case actually completes. I swear people don't have respect for courts. No patience and no respect for the court system.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like wait for the resolution of the court case. Whatever it's decided, then you take action.
Right. You gotta get the facts straight before we go lynching. That's what happened to my boy Emmett Till. Nobody waited for the facts. Nobody waited for the facts. Granted, they weren't interested in the facts.
Nope.
And poor kid got lynched. It was weird though. Like he wasn't necessarily accused of any sexual misconduct. More so just being a creep. Like, apparently the dude is very Hornby. And had a lot of consensual exchanges with fans, we'll say. Man,
you
likes...
can't knock him.
Yeah?
You can't knock him for...
getting the dick wet?
Yeah, I mean, you can't knock him for trying as long as it was consensual.
As long as it was consensual is all I care. And that's what wound up coming out in the court case.
It's like if you wake up the next morning but you gave consent the previous night and you're like, oh no.
Like, it was weird because like it was listen, this is the weirdest thing in the world to me. Apparently Quentin Flynn had a harem.
Yo.
Like, he had harems of fans. And so like one of the harem got upset with him because he wound up marrying like a stripper recently. Quentin Flynn's life story is wild. And for those who don't know, Quentin Flynn is a voice actor. He voices Raiden in the Metal Gear series. And apparently the man was plowing his way through conventions, which, having been a part of conventions and having set a few up, happens more often than you might think.
You've spoken about it previously.
There's a lot of celebrities and voice actors and whatnot who all do that sort of thing. They go to conventions. They're treated like gods by a lot of fans, and they take them to They take them to Smashtown. It does happen quite a bit. And so Quentin Flynn is engaged in a lot of that. Winds up marrying, I guess, one of his fans, which pissed off another one of his harem fans, who then, I guess, levied allegations against him. And
he didn't marry me. Wah.
That's what it wound up being. Like, it was the weirdest thing. So he took her to court over defamation and all that kind of stuff. Recently won, like maybe a month ago or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Was able to prove that like every sexual encounter he had with the girl in question was indeed consensual, and she was kind of nuts. It's crazy, man. It's a wild, weird, horrifying situation. This is why I will stay away. I will stay away from everybody. I'm gonna be a hermit. No conventions for TBL. You mean Axel's actor? Oh shit, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, he voices Axel in Kingdom Hearts as well.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy scenario. So Flynn was guilty of being a pervert, and it was basically. The only thing he was guilty of is, I guess, being a bit of a perv. But even, is it really being a perv if it's like reciprocal? Because it was 100% reciprocal as far as I understand it. And I only took a cursory glance at like the the results of the case and the filings that the court put out. But it seemed like it was pretty much 100% consensual. And it was just interrelationship issues. Mr. Marvel says, I was reading this Reddit post where a nutjob lady stole a baby right off of a dad right there. Dad chases after the lady, and the lady cries that this man is trying to steal her baby. Mob came in and literally held the dad down and busted his ribs. The lady kept walking away until the mom comes out and goes full mama bear. I saw that story! You know what, Mr. Marvel? I remember reading that. That lady was nuts, because she wound up getting arrested. And, like, some people came and gave accounts. And, like, some people, even after the cops came and the mom came out, were still, like, trying to hold down and beat up the dad. I saw that story. Absolutely insane. Could you imagine being in that scenario? You're just out with your wife and your kid. Your wife goes into a store for something. You've got your kid there. Some crazy chick just comes, takes your baby, and tries to leave. And then when you go after her, she starts crying that, like, you're trying to steal her baby or assault her or something. Like, what would you do? What in the world would you do? I'll tell you what I'd do. You might not like the answer.
Skulls going in the pavement?
Your boy. Listen.
If that's your kin?
If that's my baby, if that is my child, and some crazy person comes up and touches it, your boy stays strapped. Nobody's taking my kid. There is no one who is going to take my child. And let the crowd of simps gather. I hope it doesn't happen. But good God, could you imagine that scenario? What an awful scenario. And shame on those people who beat up that guy. Shame on them. I hope they got charges. Like, I hope to God they got charges.
Got charges on every single person that laid a finger on them.
Every single person.
Every single person. If you put one kick into my ribs, if you put one punch into my face, better pay up. Give me money.
Oh, man. I don't know what you do in that scenario. And that's such a crazy scenario. I guess here's how you handle that. Don't let your baby be in a position where they can be taken. I don't have any kids. I have taken care of kids, like my nephew.
Young Neff.
My nephew. I used to watch him when he was a baby, and we'd go out and stuff. And there was never a time in which he wasn't either strapped into his baby stroller or in my hands. Like, there was never a time in which he was in a position where somebody could just, like, kind of walk up and be like, this is mine now. So I guess that's the way you avoid that. But don't mess with family. Do not mess with somebody's family. But yeah, I remember that story. The mom comes out, and, like, the mom goes ballistic on the chick. And then on the crowd. It was good. Protect your man. And yeah, the cops were still trying to blame the dad. I remember that too. Like, before everything got settled out, like, the cops were still trying to hold the dad responsible and, like, thinking he was the actual suspect. It's crazy, dude. The world is nuts.
What kind of mental condition would prompt you to steal another family's child? That is just beyond me. That's sick.
I don't know, man. It's crazy. You have to be out of your right state of mind. Like, that's the Lindsay Lohan. You never go full Lindsay Lohan.
Paris Hilton, Lindsay Lohan, list goes on.
Dang, well, I mean, is Paris crazy now? Has she done something crazy?
I feel like she's been crazy before. Maybe I'm just like
generalizing. I don't know if she's stolen a baby.
Was it her or Lindsay Lohan that tried to sue Rockstar for likeness on, like, a loading screen?
I think it was Lindsay Lohan.
Okay, yeah, she crazy. I'm sorry, Paris. I didn't mean to slander you, Paris. I didn't mean to slander you. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Paris. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. I think Paris just makes money now. That's all she does. Yeah. Yo, Outlaw J hitting us up with the $10. Thanks so much for the super chat, brother. You can't even mention the Flynn story on Twitter. They've been trying to cancel him for a while. They have, which is why I think a lot of people jumped on him as soon as like those allegations came out.
They jumped from Vic to him. It was literally just a lily pad. Oh boy, another person to cancel. Get him!
Get him!
Get him!
Wait, white male? Get him!
It's only a matter of time.
You're next, Jonathan.
Probably. I've
Again.
kind of accepted it at this point.
Someday.
Yeah. Someday I'll get myself X'd.
Oh no.
Someday I'll say something that rubs someone the wrong way, and they just look at me and go, "White,
white."
Like, all right, this is my life now, just being canceled. I feel like it's such a dichotomy too, between like internet and real life.
Right.
And this may sound completely off the rails, but I feel like, not to say that, well, I mean, I guess you could say like white males do have a lot of privilege in the real world, but on the internet they are vulnerable to attacks or other things that would make them not so well privileged.
I mean, on the internet, you're nothing. You're not a race or anything.
Yeah, exactly. You're just a username at that point.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like an opportunity for people to jump.
On the internet, everyone's white.
No!
It's funny because 4chan actually has 4chan, one of the legit most horrible places on the internet, but I love it and I've been on it since like 2004. But they've got a great adage for this very thing. It's called "There are no women on the internet," and it's based on a line of thinking that you treat people differently in real life than you do on the internet.
True.
Like, generally speaking, boys and men are nicer to women when they're talking to them in person. We kind of go out of our way most of the time. Most decent dudes go out of their way to be nice to women. And that's for a bunch of different reasons. Some of them less valorous than others, shall we say. Milady.
Milady, tips fedora.
Tips fedora. But generally, people are nicer to women or to girls and women in real life than they would be like on the phone or something. But on the internet, you don't know the person you're talking to is a woman. You don't know if the person you're talking to is a man. So you kind of treat people in an equally horrifying fashion. And so it led to the adage on 4chan, there are no women on the internet because nobody gets treated nice on the internet. And it's one of those unironically brilliant wisdoms that 4chan has kind of popped forward.
You got the little yoga hands, you got
Yeah,
you just ascend.
In between the bits of scum and villainy that 4chan on general puts out. So every now and again they have a bit of brilliance. And like I think that has a lot to do with it. On the internet, people are so detached from normal societal norms that we treat people awfully. Yeah. We're perfectly fine with going after someone's life and job and children and family on the internet because we're not standing directly in front of them. We're not humanizing them. We're not looking at them as being a brother or a father or a son or a sister or a daughter or sometimes even just another human being.
Exactly.
We treat people awfully on the internet.
Yeah, especially when you're hiding behind just a username and a profile picture. That's all you're really doing. It's like if you're standing in front of someone, you treat them with the same kind of decency that hopefully that your parent or parents have brought up and instilled into you. Whereas on the internet, there's none of that because there is no societal norms on the internet except for just vitriol and hatred. Seems like
that is the only unifying theme of the internet. Vitriol and hatred. You know what else covered this really well? South Park, unironically, with Skank Hunt, the Skank Hunt saga.
Oh right, yeah.
Where I think it was Kyle's dad moonlights as an internet troll. I think they handled the
Skank Hunt 42 or something.
Yeah, I think they handled that really, really well. It was people act different on the internet for no real reason.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something hopefully, we can learn to change.
I just try to treat people as people.
That's right. I mean,
Yeah.
It would seem simple.
It would seem simple, but for some it's harder.
Mm-hmm.
For some it's hard to really connect that there's a human being right behind the screen.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's no genders, there's no race, there's no nothing behind these usernames. Just treat them as people. Treat everyone
as people.
Exactly. Just treat them the same as you would in real life.
Anonymity gives, it breeds a special type of empowerment and hostility.
Mm-hmm.
It's very strange.
Nice rant.
Yeah, I don't know how we got there, but
we did it.
I'll take it. I think that was a good way to handle it.
I think it all started when you said you were going to take my power-ups in Super Mario World and give them to Nathan.
That's right. Reparations. Reparations. We are going to be transferring the wealth from the privileged Jonathan into the poor chicken parm addled Nathan.
Man, always keeping the Irish heritage down.
That's
everybody.
Right. That's right, potato picker. Get back to work.
Man.
You know what the worst part of that is? The Irish were slaves too.
Yeah. That I'm about to wind up like Christian Bale in that one movie where he starves himself in like the prison.
Oh, what was it? The Machinist?
Yeah.
Good movie.
Really good movie.
Good movie. Also, incredible performance by Bale there. Like, good God, that dude starved himself.
I know.
Holy moly. Kronos says, my girlfriend is Jewish and very conservative, so I defer to her on that one. Wait, hold on. You're responding to somebody. I gotta go through this whole conversation. What do you think on the whole Gina Carano situation? I think it's stupid. I think it's a dumb thing to fire somebody for. So now that I know what Nick's talking about, her take is that Carano was correct, but if she wanted her point to resonate, she should never have used the brown shirts and Holocaust as an allegory for cancel culture. That's basically how I feel. I think firing her is stupid. I understand the point she was making, and if you're somebody who thinks that who doesn't like what she was saying, doesn't understand why she would use that, you're right. Generally, it's never a good idea to use Hitler, the Nazis, the Holocaust, the brown shirts to make a political point. just on principle. But perhaps I can explain what point she was trying to make in a better sense. It was kind of like what we're talking about right now. The act of othering somebody, viewing them as something other than a human being, whether the difference be political, sexual, or whatever. There's an innate danger when you start looking at people as something other than a human being. It allows for you to be propagandized against those people. So her point was that in Nazi Germany, there existed a really specific form of groupthink that identified a group of people, the Jews and some of the Poles and some of that, as being something other than German, something other than people. And because they were the other, it was easy to point all of Germany's problems at them. It was easy to say, well, see, those people are different. Those people aren't people. Those people don't believe what you and I believe. Those people don't act the way you and I act. They're really the cause of all of the problems that we kind of gave ourselves, by starting World War I. And so it can be... What's that?
When you start thinking of more like a nationalist, when you start thinking... And there's nothing wrong with being prideful of one's country. But when you start tailoring that nationalist to... This is what's everything wrong with our country, and we need to, quote-unquote, purge...
Yeah.
Said things that are quote unquote wrong with our country, then it becomes a problem.
That's generally when you start running into issues.
Yeah.
And like Kronos says, I'm autistic and I know this much. I mean, exactly. Her point, I thought, was fairly easy to understand. Just that when you start looking at people who are different than you as being something other than human, that sort of groupthink can lead to some really bad outcomes. Like canceling people, or in Germany's instance, canceling an entire race.
Yep.
Because it's easy to do because you're not looking at them as people. Well, these aren't people that we're doing this to. Just like when you're online and you say the most horrible thing to somebody. It's not a person I'm talking to. It's an avatar. It's just on the internet. It doesn't matter. That's a dangerous mindset to get into. And so I understand her point. I wouldn't have used Nazi Germany, and I don't even think it was necessarily poorly worded. Because again, poorly worded would imply that her point was hard to understand. I understand her point, I just wouldn't have used that example.
Especially one that's so
polarizing. It's
very, very polarizing.
It gets a visceral response.
it's in quote unquote bad taste. It's not exactly. I mean, it hasn't aged 100 years yet, so please take your foot off the brake.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people.
It's the same reason why I roll my eyes every time anyone refers to someone as a Nazi. Wait, you don't think taxing people is the solution to all problems? Nazi! Like, no, don't make that comparison. Because you're unironically kind of doing the same thing. You're othering someone for having sometimes even milquetoast opinions. But yeah, her getting fired over that, I think is silly. I think it's really silly. Especially because, like, Pedro Pascal has done the same thing. Like, even within the last year, he's used Nazis and, like, Nazi Germany as, like, a way to make a political point. So I think it's dumb to fire her over that. But Disney was looking for a reason to get rid of her. Well, I shouldn't say Disney. Disney doesn't care. The Lucasfilm story team was looking for a reason to get rid of her.
Yep.
Disney doesn't care. Disney is just a bunch of suits saying, is this going to make us money? Is this not going to make us money? And someone from Lucas ran up to Disney and said, this is going to cost us money. So they said, okay, get rid of her. Disney doesn't actually care.
Meanwhile, Disney films near borderline concentration camps in China.
I wouldn't even say borderline. They are.
They're basically religious concentration camps, and they film right near them. Like, this isn't a problem. That's fine. It's
China right now literally has an entire marginalized class of people in a slave camp. The Uyghurs. Like right now, they farm those people, have them in slave camps, they forcibly sterilize them, and like Disney, doesn't matter. Turn a blind eye. Turn a blind eye to that. That's why. Don't ever believe when any of these companies make any sort of statements about social justice or injustice. They don't care. None of them really. Google doesn't care about social justice. Disney doesn't care about social justice. None of them do. Don't look to corporations for your morality. You'll never find it there. Disney, on one hand, will actively work. I think they filmed Mulan in the same city that some of those camps are at. Like, they'll on one hand do that, and on the other hand, cancel you for a dumb tweet or Instagram post. Clown world. We live in it. The Xinjiang province. Yeah, it's crazy.
Speaking of Sean, speaking of clown world, aka we live in a society. Did you see the new Justice League trailer?
They said the line.
They did the thing.
They said that. You know what? You know what? Hear ye, hear ye. It's time for a royal proclamation. Jared Leto is forgiven. He is forgiven for all sins. He is forgiven for the sin of what do we even call it? Gangster Joker in Suicide Squad. Granted, that was never his fault.
No, that was not his fault.
If you didn't like Joker's or the way Joker was handled in Suicide Squad, that's not Jared Leto's fault. That was 100% Warner Brothers and them like awful direction and
as is customary. Yep. Warner Brothers always finds a way to screw up the production of their superhero films. It doesn't matter which one it is. You can blame the third act in Wonder Woman on Warner Brothers. You can blame the original cut of Justice League and Batman vs Superman on
Warner Brothers. All of it on Warner Brothers. And man, good God, the third act of Wonder Woman. Talk about a film going off the rails.
Oh my God. It was a good film up until the third act. It was a great film.
It was a great film. I would agree. It was a great film until like, oh no, we're actually going to do the whole, it was Ares. Like, what are you doing? You told a really good story up until now, and then you just had this awful final act.
I'm looking around the theater like, what?
Blinking. Just,
Huh?
why? Why have you done this? Warner Brothers screws so many things up. But yeah, he says the line. Jared Leto's Joker says the line. We live in a society, and it's great. It's fantastic. I loved it. I'm looking forward to seeing his role in Justice League next month.
I think it's gonna bang.
I think it's going to be good.
Yeah.
It looks so much better than the theatrical release.
Oh God, yeah.
And what they did to that movie is like criminal.
Yeah,
you can. Good.
What was it like? Snyder had to go take care of like a funeral or like a wedding or something for like a couple.
His daughter dies. I think she committed suicide or something like that. And so they had finished the film. Like, filming was done. A lot of the editing was done. They just had to put like the final touches on it. So, you know, for lighting in certain scenes and special effects. Warner Brothers waits until he has to back away to go do that. They bring in Jar Jar Abrams and are like, all right, so we're going to cut this film into pieces and just like rebuild it from there as literal trash.
Did you just call him Jar Jar Abrams?
I do call him Jar Jar Abrams. Or not Jar Jar Abrams, but Josh Whedon. Different awful director. And he just like, oh my goodness, what he did to Justice League is just awful. It is a film that makes no sense, and it's because they took a completed film, tore it apart, hastily reshot a few scenes, somehow screwed up character design, because the original version of Steppenwolf looks way better than the theatrical release of Steppenwolf, paradoxically. And like just completely rewrote the story. It was garbage. Just like they did with Batman vs. Superman, which is a film that legitimately makes me angry.
Because the court scene was not included?
That's just the first best example of how they screwed that movie up.
The context was so needed for the first part of that movie. It just flies by. You're like, what the hell did I just miss?
How do you include the repercussions, the major repercussions of a scene without having the scene showing the context for it? Like, you go from Superman saving Lois from a situation where clearly Superman was in the right to the next scene where, like, Superman's in court for some kind of crime. They just cut out the... I hate it. I hate it so much. Batman vs. Superman, theatrical release is so bad. It literally doesn't make sense. You have to watch the director's cut, which only makes the film marginally better, by the way. It does make it better, but only marginally better. I don't know, how do you cut the court scene? How do you cut out the scene of Lex's dudes planning and then executing the assault on that African village and talking about how they're going to make it look like Superman did this? And then just cut to like the end of it where it's like, Superman, you're on trial for burning up a whole village. And then all this kind of stuff. And like, we have this African chick here lying about you. In the theatrical version, which I told you guys the story of how I first watched Batman vs. Superman, right? I was on a cruise. I was in the Bahamas on the top deck of a cruise ship, laying back by the pool. And like, this cruise ship has like a giant movie screen there that they just play movies on all day. And so I'm sitting there chilling by the pool. They were putting Batman vs. Superman on. At the time, I hadn't seen it, so I was super excited. Like, all right, I'm finally going to see Batman vs. Superman. This was a cruise in a tropical paradise. A place where you should be nothing but relaxed and happy. This movie stole my cruise joy. This movie, I cannot begin to pronounce to you enough. A lot of you guys right now are around the US, so you're probably in some ice cold weather. So imagine this. You're laying back by a pool in a tropical paradise. It's a cool 74 degrees and sunny. It's beautiful. There's beautiful people all over the place. You got a drink in your hand. That's what I was doing. And I was unhappy in it because of this movie. This movie took my joy. It took all of my joy. Because they were only playing the theatrical release version. I don't think the director's cut was out yet.
Yo, Sean.
That's how bad that movie was.
check W's when you get the chance, Sean.
Right on. Let me clear this up. It was so bad. Like, I was actively upset. I was yelling while I was on that cruise ship about the stupidness of the plot of that film. The director's cut version took it from a 4 to a 7.5. I would say it took it from a 4 to a 7. I'd say that's fair. It became a passable film. It's like, why would the producers do this? Why would Warner Brothers do this? Very strange decision making. And they did the same thing with Justice League, and I'm very happy that we're going to be getting the real version of that movie, which looks so much better. Like, it's not even a question of whether or not the theatrical version or the Snyder version is looks like a better film. The Snyder version looks like it's by far the better experience. Brom says the Mulan movie sucked because there was no Mushu or cricket. Yeah, that was just one of the sins of the Mulan movie. They also made it about like some girl power witch who then like becomes a good guy by the end of it because girl power. Like, I don't remember that being the story of Disney's Mulan. That was weird. Theatrical Justice League was so horrid. I paid money to see that October Zone. Like, I went to a movie theater to watch that. Super disappointed. I hear a lot of people were disappointed in Wonder Woman 1984 too. I refused to watch it.
Probably another botched Warner Brothers.
Yeah. Outlaw J says new Wonder Woman sucked badly. That's what I heard. I heard it was awful. Yo, Nick, exactly. That's how I feel about the live action Mulan. I look at that film and I say, Disney, dishonor upon you, dishonor upon your cow, dishonor upon your production studio, dishonor upon your slave work camps in China, dishonor.
Wait a minute, so were the Huns the main antagonist or no?
I think they were, but it wasn't, I can't remember the name of the main Hun guy in the original Mulan.
The guy that looked like he woke up on the wrong side of the bed, right?
That dude was jacked and angry.
Yeah.
And also probably one of the more intimidating villains of the 90s Disney films.
He reminded me of Scar because he had like little like rings under his eyes. Like he looked really, really villainous.
That dude was mean. And like one of my favorite scenes from that movie is the messenger scene where like they've attacked the village. They've got 2 of the village's citizens there. And like he leaves them alive and tells them to go bring a message to the Emperor of China. And like that the Huns are coming and there's nothing they can do about it. And like so they both go running off. And he leans over and looks at his boy next to him and goes, "How many people does it take to send a message?" And that dude, cold as ice, just gets a smile on his face, pulls up a bow and arrow and says, "Just one." Fires it, scene ends. That man was bad. Holy moly. I wish I could remember his name. Chat, what was his name? What was the name of the bad guy in Mulan? That was a cold-blooded dude. I always loved that scene because I thought that is how they did it. One person sends the message. But man, talk about intimidating. In terms of just top tier villain scenes. Sean Yu, that was it. Thank you. Man, he even had my name. That's how you knew. That's how you knew he was a real real OG.
I never understood, like, were the Huns, were they Turks or were they Mongols? Or
They were
were they
Mongols.
completely Mongols? Okay.
Yeah, they're the Mongolians. And man, did they run roughshod over absolutely everybody. We're going to take China. Now we're going to take Europe. Sounded like he was voiced by Jim Cummings. I don't believe he was, but I was going to mention in terms of intimidating Disney villain scenes, there's one other that I hold up to being the equal of the messenger scene from Mulan, and it is a Jim Cummings scene, and it's from an underrated film, and it's not really Disney. I think it was DreamWorks, but The Road to El Dorado.
Oh God.
Has one of my favorite villain scenes in it, and it's near the very beginning, and it's with Jim Cummings' character. He plays like the conquistador guy. When gosh, what were their names? Tulio and oh my goodness, I can't remember it. You guys will remind me in a second. But when they sneak onto the ship and get caught, there's a scene there with Jim Cummings' character where he talks about what's going to happen to them. And he's like, first, you will be flogged. And then, by God, you will be flogged again. That scene was intimidation done right. And, like, he wasn't even the main villain of that. He wasn't even the main villain of that movie. He's only in the beginning of the film and in the very end of it. And, man, he killed it. That was a great scene. I put that right up there with the messenger scene from Mulan. That was good stuff. That was good villain work. Don't mind me. I'm just going to sit back here and hide from this very scary... Oh, wow. Guess we'll be taking the slow route here. The voice of Winnie the Pooh does know how to voice badass villains. He does.
True.
Jim Cummings kills it. What other villains did I like from 90s cartoons? Hades. One of my favorites. Good God, do I love James Woods.
Bang, bada, boom.
What, did my hair go out?
Did my hair go out?
Great. Hercules is a great film. Underrated Disney film.
I love Hercules.
Everybody talks about, oh, Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid. Nah, man, Hercules. I go back and listen to the music from Hercules every now and again. And man, the gospel truth kills me every time. And then along came Zeus. I wish I could play that on here without getting, copyright bodied. Girl was thick, though? Oh, you mean, oh my goodness, the girl from Road to El Dorado?
Yeah.
Listen. There's a blowjob scene in Road to El Dorado, and nobody can tell me otherwise.
Dang.
You don't kiss somebody. It's not a kiss when you're below the waistline. They weren't kissing down there, kids. That was her getting some meat.
I think the only thing I disliked about Hercules was they glanced over Hercules' trials. They kind of just did it in a montage.
Mm-hmm.
Also, did you know that the word toxic is derived from Hercules?
Really?
Yeah, because so you know how Hercules in mythology he dips his arrows in the severed heads of the Hydra to get poison arrows?
Yes.
And the bow that he uses is called a toxin.
Oh, really?
So toxic is derived from the legend of Hercules. I learned that a couple of weeks ago. I was like, whoa.
That's actually kind of huge.
Yeah.
Look at that. Getting a world history lesson here. Getting a Grecian history lesson. I love it.
Here.
And yeah, the Trials of Hercules was all done during the Zero to Hero song. They just kind of gloss over a lot of that.
Man, I wanted to see my boy wax that lion. But nah, he just kind of wrestles it.
Yeah, and then he comes back with a Scar's pelt.
Yeah.
Oops. Man, bodying some man-eating horses.
Oh, God.
Let me see them trials, baby. Cajun Bowser says, I learned something today. Thanks, Black Box. See, this is infotainment. We educate and we entertain. Grecian legends, baby. What are some other underrated Disney villains? Huh. I don't know. I think I've said some of the best ones. Shan Yu was great. I love Hades. And Conquistador Guy, who wasn't even the main villain from from Road to El Dorado.
I mean, I don't know about you, but Sid gave me the creeps.
Oh, that's good. That was a jacked up kid, man.
Yeah.
That was a serial killer in the making.
Yeah.
I wish they had all... I mean, I always wish that they would have followed up on Sid.
Yeah.
Like in some of the subsequent movies. I know Andy moved, but I wish... because we got to see Andy as an adult in some of the later Toy Story films. I wish we would have like seen him and Sid in college or something. So I wonder what happened to that little psychopath. This dude was in his backyard blowing up army men with dynamite that he was getting from who knows where. And then, like, could you imagine being a kid like that, and then one day verifiably having one of the toys that you tortured turn and talk to you? I get what Woody was trying to do. He didn't help the situation. He all but guaranteed that Sid was going to grow up into being a psychopath. I believe Sid became a trash man. Really? Do you actually see him in other Toy Story movies?
Dang, my boy out here.
Look, trash guys make money. Go work for the city as a trash pickup, as waste management. You make decent money doing that. I will never make fun of a trash man. That's like being a city electrician. Absolute guaranteed work, constant money, good stuff.
Oh, I know.
In part
Sean.
3, that makes sense. Good. I'm glad they brought him back.
What about what's his name from Treasure Planet?
Oh my good. Was he really a villain though?
He was, but he was like an anti-hero more so than a. But John Silver was a good quote unquote movie. Antagonist.
Yeah, he was. Like, because he played the traitor really, really well. You did trust him. I mean, you always kind of knew in the back of your head, like, this dude's up to something. But, like, his betrayal and then ultimately, you know, him becoming an anti-hero or hero again. I thought that was a well-done movie. That's another one people forget about. That and Atlantis. Movies people forget about.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I don't like the Atlantis film. I don't like it. I love Michael J. Fox. I love the artist behind that film is a really famous cartoonist. I love his work. There's one reason why I don't like the Atlantis film. I wonder if anybody can guess what it is. Do you even remember that movie?
I remember it, yeah. I just remember like the antagonist being the guy with the cigar. I forget his name.
The white guy.
Yeah, the white guy. Yeah,
it was the white guy. Yeah, Don Bluth films are top tier, Gray Fox. I wish we would have gotten that Don Bluth Super Mario Brothers movie. That would have been incredible. Good God. But I don't like Atlantis, the Last Empire or Lost Empire or whatever it is. For one reason. For one reason alone. Animation's great, the story it tells is good. There's one reason why I don't like it. And that reason is because that movie introduces you to a 5'11", maybe 6 foot blonde bombshell mommy, and then kills her off in the end.
Dang, yeah, you're right.
How dare you? How dare you introduce that thick blonde mama? She's a tall, strong woman. You wind up really liking her by the end, and then you kill her off after she like has her coming to Jesus moment. How dare you? That's the only reason. That's the only reason I don't like that movie. They blow my girl up. It's not. That's not okay. That wasn't all right.
You know who we're forgetting?
Who's that?
The GOAT
of animated films?
Pete.
Oh, of course. But he's not a villain. He is. He's a nuisance more than anything else. He's a good heart. He's like Team Rocket. He doesn't never actually do anything bad. He is the GOAT. But like, Pete never actually does anything bad. I mean, man, Pete's one of the reasons why I can tolerate Kingdom Hearts. Because he's the majority of the villains in Kingdom Hearts are just Pete. It's just him doing stuff, and like Jim Cummings kills it.
Yeah. Only other two I can think off the top of my head that people don't really talk about is like Clayton from Tarzan.
Oh yeah, that was a good villain.
Mm-hmm.
He died in a stupid, nonsensical way. He really
kind of did.
Like Clayton didn't have to die. Because he wasn't even really that bad of a guy. Like, he was there for a job. His job was clearly established in the beginning. He was executing his job. And, like, the excuse for killing him off in the end is, like, really plot-induced stupidity. Like, him not making logical actions. I did forget about Tarzan.
Yeah, and then another jungle-based one. Shere Khan.
Dude,
although we don't talk about the live action.
There was a live action Jungle Book?
Yeah, you know about that?
Are you sure? I don't think there was a live action Jungle Book, Jonathan.
I
think it's weird, you know. That would be really weird to make a live action Jungle Book. It'd be like making a live action Avatar. Just,
right.
No one would do that. That wouldn't happen.
Right, yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Doesn't exist.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, man. Maybe I just have some weird, what's it called?
Some misplaced
Mandela syndrome?
Yeah. Maybe you peeked over into another universe where someone was dumb enough to make a live-action Jungle Book.
True.
Could you imagine?
Right?
That death in Tarzan scarred kids? Yeah, because he got his neck broken.
Yeah.
He hung himself. And it's like, he did it how was it? On subsequent reviewings, that was an odd death. Like, Clayton, what are you doing? Stop. Like, you really don't have to die here. Like you haven't done anything so unforgivable that it can't be looked past. Pete is tolerable in a Goofy movie because all he does is gaslight Goofy into mistrusting his son. Which actually wound up being right because Max did, in fact, violate Goofy's trust.
Yeah.
But it all worked out.
Eye to eye.
We got eye to eye. Legitimately, in my opinion, the best of the Disney songs. And the one nobody remembers. I can't believe we got the eye to eye emote this season in Destiny. I'm happy about that. Clayton shot Big Papa Monkey, he can die because Big Papa Monkey tried to rip his arms off. Kerchak was about to clap Clayton's bottom. We were talking about gorillas earlier in chat. Listen, Clayton was on floor 70 of Heaven on High, or floor 170 of Palace of the Dead.
Ran into a Sasquatch.
That's right, ran into Sasquatch, and Kerchak started doing chest beat. It was over. It was over.
Beat, chest beat, everything.
Clayton did what he had to do. I mean, granted, he was there to shoot. He was ready for it. But, could you imagine what would have happened if he had? You would have seen a man get his arms ripped off.
That's no good.
That's no good. Dang, I was thinking of another movie villain, but I lost it. We got caught up in the Kerchak.
What about Queen of Hearts from Alice? Nobody talks about Queen of Hearts.
Oh, that crazy lady.
Yeah, crazy bitch.
That's Rick. That's what we call a keep away. That is not a hit it and quit it. That is a hit it and forget it.
You know,
a hit it and leave the country.
Or leave the fever dream that you're currently on.
Listen, if you're gonna smash the Queen of Hearts, leave the fever dream immediately afterwards. That goes for the live action version too.
We ain't talking the morning after.
No.
We talking out the back door on the creep.
Like as soon as you're done, you blip out, just like wake up. Absolutely not. Oh no, he's gonna get away. Nice. Get him, orbs. That's the only thing I don't like about Deathbringer. You have to do so much work to actually get the things to work right. Might have been too far up. Oh, you know what? One of my favorite of the of the 90s Disney villains to kind of psychoanalyze. What was his name? Something Frollo. He's the dude from Hunchback of Notre Dame. I love that guy's story arc. It's great. it is unironically great. Friar Frollo, whatever it is, the religious dude who was the bad guy. His entire character arc is that he loses his mind. He loses his mind and goes to, like, execute that gypsy woman because she gave him a boner. That is... That's
Why my
literally...
pee hard?
Why my pee hard? That is literally the plot of that movie. He's okay until he sees that gypsy woman. She gives him a boner. He's like, pee hard. I gotta either bang her or kill everybody. And he doesn't get to bang her, so he tries to kill everybody. Hellfire. That song is great, by the way. And that's the song where he talks about it. She basically gives him a happy feeling in his loins that he doesn't understand. And so he goes to kill her. That's the plot of that movie. If you haven't watched The Hunchback of Notre Dame in a while, go back and watch it. I know y'all got Disney Plus. Everybody here watches WandaVision. Go watch Hunchback of Notre Dame and listen to Hellfire. I think that's the name of the song.
And when you get done, you're going to sit there and say, this says an awful lot about society.
We live in a society.
Yo, Sean, check W's,
oh, right.
by the way.
Yeah. Let me go take a look. Yeah. Good movie, though. Dang. We got okay, so I see a Mortal Kombat trailer. Bungie preparing for future growth. Shot at the three. That was me on a cruise ship. I was on the top deck of a cruise ship in literal paradise. I was in paradise, and that's how I looked. I was mad. I was mad about it. I was very upset with Batman vs. Superman. Talk about a confused wiener? Yeah. Frollo was a confused wiener. But I kind of love it. Yeah.
Is dancing.
Like, why am I peeping hard? Don't like it. Gosh, 90s Disney movies were something else. They really were.
They're great.
Yeah.
Now you can't get away with any of that stuff.
Oh, man. Could you imagine if they released a movie now where, like, the undertones were that the villain wants to bang the the heroine and decides to kill everybody because he can't? Absolutely not.
Look at this man with his white privilege, willing to burn down the world just to smash one woman.
Just to smash one chick.
Get him! That happened today. Get him!
Get him!
That entire clock tower would come down top of him.
Damn, they would burn down everybody inside for show. That's right. That's right. Let's see.
Dang. Quasimodo.
My homie Quasimodo. Good dude.
Yep. Everything that's right with humanity.
Good little guy.
He got nothing but love.
The only thing I hate about that film, is that Quasi gets cucked.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
Quasi gets cucked. He goes through all that to save Esmeralda and whatnot. And what does she do? She goes off with the white man. Oh, poor Quasimodo. But there we go. Salvager Salvo attained. This thing's got quick launch for the greatly increased handling speed and projectile speed, spike grenades for the increased impact damage, demolitionist for my easy cheesy grenade energy, and chain reaction, which is a really cool new perk. They introduced this with Beyond Light. It's basically Firefly, but for explosive and energy weapons. Makes it so that each final blow with this weapon creates an elemental damage explosion. So every enemy that I kill with Salvager Salvo is going to explode in arc damage. And it actually, I learned yesterday that this perk, because of the way chain reaction is coded, it actually works with Dragonfly spec. So you can, put on a Dragonfly spec mod and your chain reaction explosions get even bigger. It's good stuff. There we go, though. And I love that the pinnacle weapon is a grenade launcher this season, because my entire build is focused around grenade and rocket damage. I use a build that's basically put in place to get bonus rocket damage and get you charged with light whenever you get any kind of explosive kill. If you've got the perk Blast Radius, you become charged with light by rapidly defeating multiple combatants with grenade launchers or rocket launchers, which I can do really easily with any of the breech-loaded grenade launchers, and then you mix that in with the solar charge with light mod, Argent Ordnance. When you're charged with light, readying or firing a rocket launcher will grant it increased damage and reload speed. Damaging a combatant with a rocket will consume 1 stack of charge with light. This gives you so much bonus damage on your rockets that you can really kind of just blaze through a lot of the bosses in the game. It's a pretty good build. I like it.
Oh. So, Sean.
Yes, sir.
I think Blizzard just announced that that Classic WoW is going to have Burning Crusade coming.
Ooh! Okay. I dig that. Well, you know what? That shouldn't be too much of a surprise. People have been clamoring for they've been clamoring for Classic WoW for a while. Bungie. Blizzard finally relented and did it. It shouldn't be too much of a shock that they're going to also include what I consider to be the best WoW expansion.
I would say Burning Crusade and Cataclysm are pretty much like, that's where it peaked, and then everything else is a drop off.
Yeah, I'd say those are the top tier. What's the easiest way to grind Salvo? Nightfalls. Definitely Nightfalls. Shoot, last week it was even easier because I think Sepix is a more fun and possibly even a faster strike than the one this week. But this week, Arms Dealer, it's not hard. It's not hard to get done. Just go grind Nightfalls like we did here, and you'll farm up the points and the percentage that you need in no time flat. So then you can get this nice Pinnacle grenade launcher. Not bad. Yo, Arlay, good to see you. Says, hey, TBL, just got back into D2 after a long hiatus. I've really and truly been enjoying the game. I'm glad to hear that. You came back at a pretty good time. Because right now, there's a lot more, there's a lot more loot and a lot more sources for loot. We've got, the whole Battlegrounds Hammer of Proving thing. They brought back the Umbral Engram system, so that's really good. And there's a lot of things to play. I mean, shoot. Even on a week-by-week basis, there's a ton of different things you can do to get powerful gear. And now there's actually some decent reasons to play. So good, I'm glad you're enjoying your time back on it. I am too. Let's see.
Also, Sean, do we need to talk about how the last announcement in the Direct was Splatoon?
Splatoon 3?
Yeah.
Listen, it's got a fan base. I've just learned to accept that.
Yeah. It's not exactly something that I like to play.
Yeah.
But I told this to a couple other people last night. I feel like I hear more about the idols than I do the actual game.
You do. It's
just like...
It's an Overwatch scenario with Splatoon. It's
where people just talk about the characters and don't actually talk about the game and
people
systems.
Love the character design.
Yeah.
And also the game's pretty good. But people love the character design, so that's what they care about more than anything else. You remember how everybody loves this is one of the guys we were running the Nightfall with, Magma Demon. Thanks for the help, sir. But everybody loves, May. May is Bay, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
It's a scenario like that. Everybody loves the idols. Everybody loves everybody loves the octopus agent or whatever they're called. That's basically what it is, and that's okay. Whatever. That's all right. I'm just happy another Fire Emblem wasn't announced.
Oh yeah, it was. It was called. It was called Triangle Tactics. It's an actual it's the first Fire Emblem game that's been released in the past 15 years. Imagine that.
And off the cliff. Off the cliff we go. I thought that was made by the Bravely Default people.
No, Octopath. I was making a joke.
Oh, man.
That it is a tactics RPG that is not a waifu simulator.
A real Fire Emblem game. Okay,
exactly,
I get what you mean.
Yes.
I get what you mean. A real Fire Emblem game, not the waifu dating simulator that it's become. And I like waifus, and I like dating sims, but it's not why I play Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I play it for the strategy RPG. I don't play it so I can romance 50 characters. It's like, what is the real game here?
Who will I smash today?
Intelligent systems, what is the real game here? Let me know, please, because I'm kind of confused.
Right, yeah. I mean, yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't just call it Octopath Tactics.
Yeah, it's weird.
And they called it Triangle Tactics or whatever it's called. Yeah.
It's more Final Fantasy Tactics. Man, I wish we'd get another one of those, but we won't.
That's basically what it's going to be. It's. I think if you like classic Fire Emblem and you like Final Fantasy Tactics, this game's going to be up your alley.
And that's good. I'm glad that there's still a market available for strategy RPGs.
Oh! Do we need to talk about Apex monsters, Sean?
They're coming back, baby.
Yeah. Do we need to talk about
our boy?
Our boy.
Good.
The Nimothy monster.
The Nim monster, Gore Magala. Listen, Apex was tied to one thing: the frenzy. If Apex is coming back in Monster Hunter Rise, that might mean our boy Gore Magala is going to show up at some point in time, and I would welcome him.
But I would not welcome having to use essences and coatings on our weapons to knock them out of Apex.
I would not welcome that. Just tie it to, I don't know, crit or something.
Tie it to something.
A damage threshold?
Yeah, that's fine. Just, no. Don't tie it to essence, please.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited about that. I still maintain Monster Hunter Rise should have released this month. It should have been the end of this month. And I know they're just releasing in March because that's when they release their Monster Hunter games. But It's dumb. It should have been this month. I know they're finished. I know you're done, Capcom. I want to give you money for it now. I need a reason to play my Switch. It's good stuff.
Is there something coming in March that's going to compete with it?
No, I just want to play it now.
Okay.
I just want to play right now. Look, I love World. We loved World so much. And we've gone through it now. I need a new Monster Hunter experience. I'm ready for it.
We've done everything.
Yo, Demon God. Yeah, the Scorpio shotgun in Division 2 is legit one of my favorite weapons right now. It's my new primary. That is the shotgun that basically does a bunch of different status effects every time you shoot an enemy. It is nutty. That is a really good Hailing Confusion. Outlaw, Wellspring, not bad. Not bad at all. Good stuff. But alright, everybody, that is pretty much going to be it for today's live stream. We were successful. We got our hands on the Salvager Salvo. New pursuit weapon. Not too hard to get if you're out there trying to farm this thing up right now. I would just say run Nightfalls. If you're above 1270, just go run Nightfalls. That's a pretty cheap and easy way to get it done. You'll also get, rolls of the Palindrome legendary hand cannon along with it. So if you're a D1 fan, that weapon is back in the game. It is the Nightfall exclusive reward for this week, which means next week it's going to be the Swarm, baby. Ready to get my hands on all of that. So yeah, just go run Nightfalls. You should have the points done within a day or two. It really doesn't take that long at all. And it is a very, very good grenade launcher. I would absolutely recommend getting your hands on it before the end of the season. You don't want to miss out on this thing. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We had a great raid earlier today. We had a great level of activity in here. We got to talk about cancel culture and lawsuits and treating people like humans on the internet. And then we got to transition that into like a Disney cartoon conversation. This is a successful TBL stream. This is what we're all about here. So if you're one of the raiders and you're new to the channel, this is what we do. This is how our conversations go literally all the time.
Although we typically talk more about food than anything else.
Yes. That's what we skipped out on today, and maybe tomorrow. Food will be a topic of conversation as we work our way towards the weekend. But alright, that is going to be it for this one, guys. I will be back tomorrow around the same time, 11 a.m. Eastern, streaming until about right now. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Hopefully you guys are staying warm out there. I know a lot of the U.S. is getting blasted with some winter goodness right now. Is it snowing in Georgia, John?
No, it's flooding right now.
Sheesh. Yeah, the rain has been crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
It has been a lot of storms down here over the past couple of days, but it's 84 where I live.
Lucky.
There is no snow in Ba Sing Se. There is no snow in Florida. But I hope you guys are staying safe, stay warm. Remember, if you're going to use your car to stay warm, do not close the garage door. Don't do that. I read some reports of some people doing that. Please don't do that. That's a very bad idea. You will poison yourself and flood your home with carbon. And we don't want that to happen. Because I want you to come back for the next live stream. Alright, I'm out for now. Love you guys. As always, I'm the Black Link. The Guardians stay frosty. Although, we've got people here. Why don't we go raid somebody on Twitch? Let's take a look and see who's online right now. Toss the party over their way. You know, pay it forward a little bit. Let's see. Yo, my dude Amaze is on. That guy. I love that guy. That dude is just a bundle of positivity. Real good dude. Let's see. And he has really exploded. He got featured by Bungie not too long ago. And like ever since then, he has just shot through the roof. Really proud of that guy. Good dude. Very good dude. And I would raid him, but he's got like almost 1,000 people there. Does he need it? Does he really need it? Probably not. Let's see, who else is on? Oh, you know what we'll do? Because I'm pretty sure I was rated just based on the fact that, like, didn't have a lot of viewers there. Let's do the same thing. Let's see, Fallout is on, Pure Chill's on, Dizzy, Ellie Bean's on. Good for her. Good to see her. Let's toss it to Fallout. I love that guy. This man is, as I used to call him, Fallout Frizzle. He's like Mrs. Frizzle from the Magic School Bus. The original version, not the remake. Not a fan of the remake. Maybe we can talk about that tomorrow, because I don't know if you guys have seen the new Magic School Bus. Not the biggest fan of it. But anyways, we're gonna send this raid on over to our boy Fallout. I hope you guys enjoy. He's off playing some D2 right now. Show him some love, and I hope you guys have yourself a wonderful day. I love you guys. Catch you in the next one.